Bandits continue to wreak havoc in Nigeria with more daring attacks across the northwest. In Zamfara state, bandits killed 7 mobile police officers during an ambush on a patrol team of security agents on the Magami-Gusau road. In Kaduna state, 13 employees of Zaria local government were abducted while traveling in a bus from Zaria to Giwa. How much longer will this continue? Babajide?
It's particularly perplexing that at a time when we thought that we had launched a very big military campaign against these bandits, at a time when we came up with some tough measures against them, including the withdrawal of telco services to certain communities, these bandits are growing more and more notorious. It just says one thing, that our methods are not working. Our strategies meant to contain them are not working. The military campaign is not delivering the right results, because across the 3 states where banditry is most rampant in our country, that's talking about Zamfara, Kaduna, and Katsina, we've been receiving negative reports, terrible reports, in the last few days. Look at Zaria. 13 local government workers were abducted on the highway. Look at Basari local government in Katsina state. They were moving from house to house, killing people, looting people's property. And then the very painful one, the attack on those policemen in along the Magami Gusau Dansadao highway. There is a 50-meter radius along that Gusau road that has been notorious for quite some time for attacks by bandits. Now the presence of policemen, the presence of their checkpoint on that road had helped to put these guys in check, because before now dozens of people had been kidnapped along that Magami Gusau Dansadao road. But what did we see? They had finished their work for the day and they were going back home when these guys ambushed them and killed 7 of them. I've seen the video of those policemen and I'm full of sympathy and regrets that this sort of thing could be happening. There's another attack in Taraba State in which bandits were killing housewives in revenge for an attack on their position. So how much longer are we going to put up with the nonsense that is going on in our country? We thought that the measures taken by the Kaduna state government and other states will help us at least put these guys in check, but that's not what is happening. Worshippers, more than 60 of them, were abducted in Kaduna state. How are bandits able to kidnap that huge number of people and get away with it? So it's so terrible. I just hope that things won't get even worse. We've got to find a solution to this problem. Otherwise, the implications will be really dire for our country.
Tom, talking about the activities of these bandits, me too, I expressed the same optimism when the air campaign started.
We all did.
And just to know that it's like they are multiplying.
Yeah, the implication is that we have more work to do. It could be said that the government is doing something, but whatever it is that government is doing, certainly is not the best. If it were the best, we probably would have had better security environment for Nigerians to operate in. So we have a crisis on our hands. Each time we come here, we've got to talk about security. The last time I was here, we talked about security, about insecurity in the country. There is a lot of work to be done, and the buck stops on the table of Mr. President. Yes, you could say the states also have a role to play. I would agree to some extent, but the buck stops at the table of the man whose responsibility it is to guarantee security of lives and property. Something has to be done very quickly. There is a lot of work to be done. And unless we get it right, we'll continue to sink. In those areas that we have talked about, the economies of those states will continue to sink because there is so much insecurity that businesses cannot thrive. And sometimes you just wonder, Ayo, if everyone in those environments, if most people in that environment have not taken to crime, it just makes you feel that everyone walking the street is a bandit.
Men looking at their pictures, looking at the young ones, looking at the way they are, you will know that, look, it's like a gospel that is spreading fast. It's like the in thing. So the number of people that are recruited and made bandits now.
I have always said it, and I will continue to say it. We need to address the foundational problem of banditry. We have been treating the symptoms. And obviously, our treatment is not even working. Babajide has painted a very vivid description of what is happening. So sad. It's so sad. You can't even imagine it. A lot of people outside the country don't even know how Nigerians are managing to survive with the kind of insecurity reports that they have. However, the problem for me is that if we don't attack the foundational problem, which is ensuring that this army of youths in these places, number one, they should go to school. They should go to school. If you look at these areas, it is the same Zamfara, for example, where you don't need more than 3 points to get admission into a unity school. Why? Because you won't find the person that has more than 3 points. Do you get it? So it means these governors, they should, at least it is not the responsibility of the federal government to provide education. It is the responsibility of the state government, the local government, even though education is on the concurrent list. But they have to do more in providing that education. Let them do something about it. At least let us know that we'll be dealing with the ones that we have produced, that we will not be producing fresh army of bandits. Because the way it is now, they won't stop there. 2 days ago, I read a report that some gunmen attacked one Ogun State community. Because by the time they kill them, finish there, they will come to other places. Yes, we need to do something. We need to address the problem, and we need to arrest the problem as quick as possible.
Yesterday, a retired general was said to be killed in Kaduna. Can you just give us where?
Yes, retired generals, serving generals, they are just as endangered as you and I in Kaduna State. I've spoken about this before. Serving soldiers, serving generals are even reluctant to travel on the Kaduna-Abuja highway. Most of them use the train. They will now send their convoys to the train station to come and pick them and take them home. Kaduna has become extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. A lot of these generals have farms, but it's dangerous now to even go to their farms because you could be attacked anytime. You could be attacked anytime. So, and we've had cases of even serving soldiers being kidnapped by these guys and being made to pay ransom. Because if you don't pay ransom, you won't even know where they've kept them, and the soldier could die in their hands. So everyone is unsafe. Everyone is unsafe. That someone is a retired general does not mean that his position is better than the rest of us. Retired generals, how many soldiers do they give them who protect them? In some cases, just one, sometimes two. And we know that these guys, they have the firepower to even overwhelm maybe a dozen soldiers, depending on how prepared they are. If they come with GPMG, with rocket propelled grenades, and the soldiers are carrying just AK-47, of course they will be overwhelmed. So this is the situation. No one is safe. We must make better efforts to protect our people. People can't go to their churches the way they want. People will stay in their mosque and get killed. You saw what happened in Niger State. People were slaughtered inside the mosque by people who are not, they are neither Christians nor Muslims. They are animists, largely animists. They don't believe in God. So we've got to protect ourselves better. I heard the Minister of Defense saying that the biggest problem we face is not Boko Haram or bandits, but looming hunger. But it's the activities of the bandits that is certain to inflict hunger on our nation, unless we defeat them, because people can't access their farms freely. And in some cases, look at what happened in Sokoto. Farmers, Turuji, the bandit leader, has now appointed district heads for a local government in Sokoto State. In Sabobrini local government, he's appointing district heads. He's telling communities that they have to pay as much as 300,000 per community as tax. In our country, if we say Boko Haram no longer occupies some territories, but how about bandits now? Bandits are occupying territories in Sokoto State now. Why will all that nonsense end?
Sam, Julie has painted a very...
Our people are going through a lot, and I appeal to the government to do its best.
And these things seem to be festering.
Yeah, I resisted, the attempt initially, to repeat what I had said on this forum severally, that if you go by the classical definition of failed states, some states in the Northwest and the Northeast qualify to be listed among failed states. All the signs are clear. Check the indices. When bandits begin to, when bandits begin to tax, citizens, and government can do nothing about it. When they begin to take territories and government cannot do anything about it, all right? They bring down your warplanes, government cannot do anything about it. How else do you define a failed state? I mean, it's just that sometimes we don't want to put out very terrible, images of our country, okay? But we can no longer pamper this issue. We can no longer pamper this issue. It's a very serious problem.
My final take, I don't know, because it's like we are begging bandits. I don't even know. It's so pathetic. It's so sad. I just want the security operatives to up their game. I don't know, they will have their own challenges, I know. But in spite, they should work at it. I know that there are problems, but then they should just work at it and let's get some positive results, because that is what we all need now, really.
I want to thank you, Sam. Thank you for your contribution. And Olabisi Dejifodutule, thank you for your contribution. Okay. And the maestro himself, Babajide Kolade Otitoju. BKO, when are you coming back? Thank you for your contribution to the BKO.